In St. Petersburg, the veteran art professor constructs his abstract surrealist designs as he has done for years. His eyes closed, he conveys ideas from the depths of his subconscious as he forms lines and complex shapes on the art room wall. Meanwhile, the 16-year-old computer whiz is a draftsman of a different sort. Coding is his craft, so will the older man pass on his artistic ideas to the younger man? The scene then shifts to Venice on the Dorsoduro side of the Giudecca Canal, and the relationship between the generations becomes clearer. Ivan Govorkov of the St. Petersburg Academy of Art traces out his shapes. Daniil Frants deploys his machine vision system to pick up these two-dimensional abstractions and then reinterpret them in 3D. A translucent sphere appears on the screen with indents and distortions. And just as decades mark out the time between the older and the younger generations, hours pass as the sphere is gradually fabricated layer by layer on a 3D printer. Bill and I watched it all happen, and then we spoke to the older man and a stand-in for the younger.
Вы видите абстракцию, а я вижу там тысячи фигур в различных позах.
When you see an abstract drawing on the wall, I see thousands of figures in this seemingly abstract drawing.
И этот рисунок принципиально нельзя закончить. Его можно рисовать каждый день еще 10 лет.
It's impossible to finish this drawing in principle. It can be drawn for 10 years without stopping and never be finished.
И вот этой фантазии безграничной пожилого профессора Института Репина бросил вызов молодой Daniil Frants, программист.
And when I have this fantasy of middle-aged man, and now I have to face somebody much younger than me who wants to compete with me, you know, with my vision and with what I'm doing in my art.
Ему 16 лет, он молодой, красивый и умный.
He is 16 years old, he is young, he is handsome and intelligent.
Я желаю удачи всем программистам, когда они, наконец, приблизятся к передаче живого воображения и опыта человеческой жизни.
I wish good luck to all computer people who are trying to catch the life spirit of a draftsman. Perhaps they will reach it someday.
А пока для зрителей это очень интересно. То есть старый рисует, а молодой на машине лепит. И есть результат.
But it's a good performative piece because they can compare the styles of different artists and different people. You know, they can actually see it in person, you know, performed in person.
So that's the concept. Now I'm very interested in the technology that's making all this happen. So also here on the technical side is Philip Avatizov. And Philip, you have a computer set up. It is plugged into the 3D printer. We can see Ivan's abstract art here on the wall. We can see how the traces are then transferred into the computer. And we can see a screen which shows a sphere with certain indentations, certain distortions. Can you tell me a bit more about what's going on here?
Here is the sensor, which is the part of the projector. When you're taking the point of the screen, you can use it like a mouse. After that, you can see on the 3D model, modification of that. And after that, I can send the model on the printer, and it will make the model in plastic.
On the screen behind you, we can see what looks like a spinning sphere. And this sphere has kind of distortions within it. Those distortions change then according to how the pencil is traced on the wall, I suppose.
Yeah. You're right. I can start from the very beginning, and you can see this.
And so the artist can manipulate the shape of this sphere in real time as they're drawing.
Yeah. Okay. But printing is just after, of course. Yeah.
So the first stage is to have the sphere on your computer, and then when you're happy with it, you send it to the 3D printer.
Yeah.
How much of a challenge is it to process this on the computer in real time before you 3D print it?
From 10 seconds till 1 minute, I will catch the moment when the figure will become like I like. And after that, I can send it on the printer. But the results, I have to wait maybe 12 hours.
But what this does mean is that after that 12-hour printing process, even though the processing itself on the computer is quick, but the 3D printing takes some time, during which you have effectively converted a two-dimensional array of scribbling into a 3D object.
I'm catching several moments, and after that I can choose what kind of model I would like to print.
It is quite fascinating because sort of Daniil has created a tool for collaboration, which Ivan has used with him in Russia, but now is using with another artist here in Venice. So you could imagine another draftsman drawing on the wall and different things would happen. the three-dimensional objects that are printed are the result of your performance, your creative energy, then the use of the computer software, but not as a simple machine, not something which just goes through the motions, but something which is itself guided by another artist. So we have a very interesting and I think quite novel form of artistic collaboration. At the moment, it seems to me, Ivan is drawing without necessarily an understanding of what the object at the end will be. So it becomes almost like automatic writing. But I suspect, and I wonder after a while of using the tool, whether he would be able to guide it and to determine which shapes are most likely, that you would actually have something which becomes much more of a targeted process, where you begin to learn which gestures result in which shapes on the sphere, result in which options for the three-dimensional object, and it become more like sculpture than automatic writing.
So we heard there from Philip Azatizov and also Ivan Govorkov over there in Venice. And of course, Bill Thompson was giving us his comments at the end. Well, we're at the end of this programme, other than to tell you that I'm Gareth Mitchell, the producer's Colin Grant, and we'll see you again next week. Goodbye for now.